Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Iron Woman. We only have special guests, and today we have the real pleasure to go to Uganda to Evelyne. This podcast has a long time in its making because we got connected probably in May. This shows if you have a fantastic guest that you want to interview, it might take a little longer. But Evelyne, tell us a little bit about your story. One thing that I want to say, there is a fantastic movie of your organization for a woman, and it says you have shake off in the morning. We want to know what that is. But basically you say, leave your problems at the gate, and in the evening, if you want to pick it up, it's still there. So this should be the motto for many of us. We can only learn from you, but welcome. Tell us your story.
All right. Oh, thank you, Susie. My name is Evelyne Habasa, the founder, Ride for Women, an NGO that was started to empower women socially and economically. I started small with mountain bicycles, so that is where the name comes from. And the reason why I did this was because of my mother. I grew up with my mother, 8 children. She used to wear one red dress, but all she ever wanted was for us to have education. So when I got a degree in tourism, she wanted me to come back home. And me being the last born of the 8, so everyone was on my case. I was in Kampala. Life was good. I was in the city, so I didn't want to come down here. I already had a boyfriend. So I was like, no, I'm not coming. But every time I talked to her, she was like, no, you need to come back home. So that is when I decided to come and see how hard it was going to be. I worked a little bit with another organization for 1 year, and I was able to raise some funds to buy secondhand bicycles. And we have 300 women registered with this NGO, the Widows HIV, women who are domestically abused, and single mothers. But all these women, their eyes were on me. I remember one of the things, and I keep telling people, my mother knew me more than I knew myself, because what happened was that my mother kept telling these women, go and register. Those who will be there will enjoy. You'll see. And I didn't know what she was talking about. But to be honest with you today, when I see the work that is being done, I'm like, yeah, she knew me more than I knew myself. And I'm grateful she really forced me to come back home. Sometimes it's a little bit emotional. I am glad I came, because when I hear the testimonies of these women and see how we started and where we are, sometimes it's overwhelming. But I'm so grateful for the people who have believed in me and been able to actually be part of it. So when we started with those bicycles and things were not working out because of this was the park, people come for Gora tracking. After the Gora tracking, you're tired. You don't want to go on the bicycles. Our roads are bad. And 2, the companies didn't know who I was, so they couldn't just trust me to give me clients. So I almost gave up. But one day I was walking on the street here. I met a lady called Patricia. She was from Australia. And she was a quilter, and I didn't know what quilting was. And I am telling you, I'm glad I didn't know, because we had a conversation. She tried to explain. If I said yes, do you have an email? I said yes, I do. So like, give me your email. She took my email after a week or maybe 3 weeks. She sent me pictures of the clothes. When I saw them, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. Maybe if this was here, this would help the women. She's like, oh, are you sure? I said, yes, we have been there. So that is when we kept on the program and started talking how they can mobilize. And she mobilized 3 of her friends, and they actually came down to teach women how to quilt with the 5 sewing machines, and they started with 16 women. But these 16 women have been able to actually produce 70 women. So it has been a model of a trainee training another. I'm telling you, it is overwhelming. These women come to work every day. They come at 9. They start coming 8:30 so that by 9 they are all there. And then at 9 is when we have what we call shake off. Shake off was the only way I could help these women forget their problems, their worries, their frustration. They were carrying a lot of burden, but I didn't know how I was going to help them because I couldn't carry everything at once. I needed step by step. So for me, one of the things that I thought about was shake off. Let's dance. Let's shake them off and push them as much as we can. And I keep telling them, make sure you're dancing to push them to the gate. And in the evening, if you still need your problems, you can pick them. But if you find that you're happy and you don't need those problems, leave them there. Someone else will pick them up. And, it became a daily thing. So from Monday to Saturday, we do what we call sheko from 9 to 10. And then we begin work. And then we have a break for lunch, which is at 1 up to 2. And then we work up to 5. So after 5, these women go home. But usually because we do what we call custom made, we make products for people. Someone can come and you can choose your own fabric and they actually make you a product. So some of these women will stay for extra hours. So we pay them extra money. So when you stay, if you're earning $2.5, then if you stay from 5 maybe to 7 or 8, then you actually earn $5. Or if you're earning 3.7 and you stay for extra hours, then you're adding actually $7 a day. So that is what we do. We feed them, give them a drink, and these women have been trained from scratch. And right now, I can't really speak a lot, but people who have been here have seen the quality of their baskets, the quality of the products that they make is amazing. We're very grateful. And we went ahead to see other programs that can help these women. We still have the bicycles. People can actually rent them and you ride into the community. We have a guide and we have also decided to do a little bit of other things. We have purified water for drinking. It is water that is given to the community for free. We also give microfinance. We do a program where we're giving small loans to these women and they do small businesses. Right now, we have 2 ladies that have built their own homes. They're single mothers and through microloan, they've been able to actually do their own home. We do education for children. As I speak right now, we have 300 children sponsored with this program. These are different people that come here and help me to take these children because if I wasn't educated, I wouldn't have come back. And I'm looking for people who are going to take over. I have one child, so I'm not sure if she's going to be interested into this. But even if she is, she needs someone to help her because I was lucky that I have a husband who was willing and who broke the rules.
How so did he
Yes,
break the rules?
when you marry in Uganda or in African culture, when you marry, you go to your husband's place. You don't marry and go to your wife's place. But for him, when we married, we came to my village. Where this project is my village. This is where I was born. And this was my mother's dream. And every time my mother talked to him, I was like, I need my daughter back because I need her to help this community. And he came. I don't know if my son-in-law is going to be the same. I don't know. It could be a different one. So we are trying to do education so that we could have more children that are going to take over. We have already Sharon that has been working with us for a long time. I know she's right now the manager, but she will need other people to join her to actually continue this program. One of the things that I keep telling her is like, look, even when I am dead, the only thing you can do for me to keep living is to sustain this project because I have put every dream, every energy, every coin, everything, anything that I can to make this happen. So I never wanted to go away. I wanted to help other people and more and more and more. So with the education, it is the reason why I emphasize on it. And right now, as we're planning, one of the things that we're planning to do is actually build a school. So we already have 2 acres and actually we're going to fundraise for more money so that we can add because the people who sold us the 2 acres and before we build, we want to buy the other 4 acres that they have so that we have 6 acres of land and then we can actually do a proper school. We want to do a hands-on school that is practical, hands-on. When you finish, if you're going to go a doctorate, yes, continue. But if you're not good at that, then you can actually go to what are you good at? And then you actually go for that. We also do a program of goats. We give goats to families as an emergency fund because in Uganda, most Ugandans do not have emergency funds because they work. By the time you finish work, or when they're going to pay you, you've actually already eaten all your salary through the shop. So we realize that most people, whenever they have an emergency, they don't have funds to help them. So we thought by a goat produces many a year, twice, easily maintained. Two, because we do an agriculture program, it also gives a fertilizer. So we thought by giving it to them, this would help. And so far we have done 160 homes. We have done also solar to 60 homes because solar is for lighting for these children who are schooling so that they can actually get light to read and do their homework. We've also done what I would say home building for those who are homeless. When I finish, I'm going to send you some of the pictures of some of these homes. And when you look at them, you also feel like, okay, I need to help where I can. And so far, we have been able to actually build 3 homes, and we still have another home that we need to. But as funds come, and like I told you, I know there's nothing for free. I keep telling people that the reason why these women are paid, I want to show them that hard work pays. There is nothing that you can get that is free. But if you work hard, you can always get anything that you actually need. So those are some of the programs that we are doing, and we're very grateful. We do agriculture program. We give 120 families seeds for planting. And these women, that was due to COVID, when people who had seen us, they knew we were not working. These women needed something to eat. So they started giving me money to buy food. But after when COVID stopped, that is when I talked to Sherry and I'm like, okay, I think we need to convert this. And Sherry has been holding this, especially helping these women to make sure that they have seed, corn and beans. She'll buy them holes, she'll buy them boots. She keeps asking and then she really does. And right now we have 130 families that we are giving food. Like I told you, this food, we give them the seed, but they produce massive. At the end of the day, they get surplus, which they actually give their neighbors. They sell and get more money from it. But before, we were just giving them little food because we wanted everyone to get. So that is why we thought they could actually learn. And my motto has always been, I just didn't want to fish for these women. No, I just wanted to teach them how to fish. I can give you seeds, go and do what you can do best. So we're very grateful for everyone who has been here, and we do activities like traditional cooking, basket weaving. I've told you about basket weaving. Everyone that comes to Bindi, if you could actually your first day get to ride for a woman so that you're measured with your African fabric, your best choice, and you could make a shirt, you could make a robe, you could anything that you want. These women are amazing. They learned from scratch, but now they amaze me to see what they are doing. But we're very, very grateful, to be honest, with everyone. Susan, I had never seen you. I had never, but to see that actually when I got your number and we started talking, and you're like, I want to interview. It is one of the things that has been motivating me. Every time I think about people who have been here and have been able to support this project, just believing in my words and just seeing what we have done, it has been unbelievable. I am very thankful. I am very grateful for everyone who has been part of this program, for everyone who has been part of this organization. I pray that one day it can be a dream come true. The first time when we started, I remember we used to go to one of the shelters, our neighbors, because we didn't have a shelter. And those ladies from Australia, that was Kim and Jill and Patricia, would ask me, Evelyn, how do you see this organization in 5 years? Even some of the things I used to talk about, I wasn't sure. I was like, but where is this going to come from? How will this happen? But I'm telling you, I have seen this come to pass. So I'm very, very happy.
I love to listen to your story, and you say it's a dream and a dream to become true. This is a huge message for a lot of people are dreaming, but unless you're doing it, so you put some action into place, you need to do it. You need to actually also surround yourself with the good people. And we have to be thankful to your mother who forced you to come back to your village, and also say thanks to your husband who came to the village. Is he also part of the organization helping with everything?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. So he does more of administration work. He's good at that. And I'm good at public relations. So we kind of share. So there is that part when it says what I'm like, then no, this is your part. Now this one I'm not going to do it. And sometimes I check emails and I'm like, oh Dennis, you had better go to emails. There are emails to answer. I am not going to do your job. I am doing my part. So we kind of share. Or sometimes I would answer if it's not there, but we kind of shared and it is really, really working out. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
If you visit, you can actually read more about us. And maybe for those who are good at IT, if you find something that you think that we should do better, some people have come here and they're like, no, you guys, what you're talking there is not the same what is there. We're like, oh, we're just scrolling. We're just doing, we try every day to do something. I'm very grateful with the volunteers that came here for 9 months from Spain, Marina and Mikel. When they came and they really helped us, she was a midwife and the husband is a procurement officer. But I'm telling you, they went to different websites and everything and worked on it. So there we go. Every day it's a step by step.
I know. A step in the right direction forward. We're coming to the end of the year almost. What is your dream for next year? First, you mentioned already the school. What bigger dreams do you have for your project and for your
Oh my
village?
God. Usually every end of year, December. So we used to buy food for the women that used to work here. So we'd buy them like 25 kilos of corn, sugar, salt, rice, cooking oil. These are things that these women would never get. You know, and would buy in bulky, like 40 bags of salt so that they go and share in each bag, like each sack has 25 grams. So later on, and we would give them like maybe 2 kilos of meat, would buy like a cow and then slaughter and then we split. So each one gets equal portion. But when we sat down as a committee, because I have a board, I have a chairperson and her committee. So we sit down, especially when we are selecting children, when we are selecting women to take the micro role. That is not my role. That is the women's role. So we have put already systems that are working. So because they are from these communities, they know these people very well. So actually, that is why the microloan is at 85% successful because these women work so hard to make sure they look for the right people, they monitor these people. So when we sat down, we said, hold on, we have been giving money, food to you people, but at the same time, you have the opportunity, you're working. I think we are doing wrong. Since you already have the opportunity, you're working. At the end of the year, if we went to each one's book, I am sure you're earning certain amount of money. Why should we again give you this free thing? I think we should shift. There are people who don't have the opportunity to work and they don't even have where to work and they have no food. So let's change this package to those homeless, to those people who don't have the chance, to those people who don't have what to eat. And we agreed. And that is what we do. So every Christmas we give 100 homes with food, what I had told, beans, corn, sugar, cooking oil, salt, washing soap, and we pack them like a Christmas package and we take them for this family. And they are always very happy. This Christmas, it is the same. And sometimes we usually have people who send us money for Christmas gifts, and then we use actually that money to buy those items. But the other big part is the school. So we have been looking for funds to be given to the architectures so that they do the planning, the architectural drawing, statistics, so that we know the prices and what is the cost of the school. Right now they are working on it. I am hoping by end of October it will be out and then we can start a big fundraising.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow, wonderful. I would love to visit and see the school.
Please go. Yes. And we want to teach these children. One of the things that I want this school, I want to teach these children what conservation is. Without these gorillas, these women wouldn't be there. Without this park, these women wouldn't have benefited. So we want to show these children what conservation is and what it means to actually not to litter an environment. So we are beginning because one of the things we've been talking about is teaching these children before you kill this chicken, can you show it love? When it's giving you the egg, would it also feel like it's love? What about the tree? The tree also has feelings. So before you cut it, you should have a very, 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 very big reason for you to cut this tree, because this tree tomorrow is going to give you something that is very good. So those are the things that we want to teach these children. We want each class to be having a different program per term. That is 3 months. If you're in the kitchen, you learn how to bake, learn everything in the kitchen for a whole term. If you're in music, you do that. If you're in sports, you do that. If you're in farming, you do that. If it is conservation, so that by the time these children finish 7 years, they'll be heroes
There will
to
be
save the
your
world.
heroes. Congratulations. It seems like you're giving so much to everybody. How do you recharge your batteries to be so giving and loving?
People ask me that because there's some guys who ask me, even, do you ever get annoyed? I'm like, oh, don't ask for that one. It's very bad. But what gives me energy, Susie, to be honest, it's people like you. You know, when I see someone who has no attachment, this is my village. So what makes me happy is to see my village happy, is to see my people happy, is to see, I keep telling people I don't know how to say no, especially when someone is crying. I just do. I love being happy. So I love to see people happy. So if I can solve someone's problem to make her smile, yes, I want to be part of that. But the energy is from people like you, Susie.
Mm.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And as you said at the beginning, leave the problems at the gate, and at the end of the day, decide if you want to pick it up again. It's not
Yeah.
necessary. Send it off to somebody else. So thank you so much, Evelyne. This has been such an uplifting conversation, and I'm happy to share that with the world and my audience. Thank you so much, Evelyne, for giving us a glimpse into your life.
Thank you to Susie. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for listening, for all the listeners.
Take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Come and join us, learn with others, learn from others. And also Take It from the Iron Woman is the book Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Download it or get it in your local bookstore. And also like this podcast on the platform that you are listening to this episode to. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.